What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the JDW SportsTalkShow, where every fan is welcome. And today we're going to be talking about the Deshaun Watson situation, and that the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans have agreed to compensation picks and what will be needed to be done for a trade like this to go through. So we're going to attack this situation a few different ways. We're going to attack it as if Deshaun Watson is actually traded before the deadline, and if he gets traded after. And we're assuming he's going to the Miami Dolphins. They definitely seem like the top suitor right now. You know, they have some cap. They have the picks and such, so they have the draft capital to do so. Not many other teams have, and I think Dolphins would be a solid place for him to go. You know, Brian Flores is a solid coach. His off-script coaching has struggled. He's struggled. Tua has struggled as well, though. And the offensive line has struggled to improve. You know, there's a lot of ifs and buts about this team right now. So, before we talk about the two scenarios, I want to say thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, put the post notification bell on if you do end up enjoying this video. And let's get back into it. So, let's talk about the legal situation first, all this stuff going on off the field. So since all this is going on off the field, maybe the Dolphins got him at a discount. Instead of the, 3 first-round picks and maybe a second and a third doesn't seem like a discount for a quarterback that's going to be your guy for the next 10-plus years. That's 100% worth it. You know, you could have 6 first-round draft picks in the next 6 years and pick a quarterback. The chances of you hitting a quarterback like Deshaun Watson out of those 6 or 7 first-round picks is very, very slim. And especially for them to come in right away and play like Deshaun Watson has. And Deshaun Watson has elevated that Houston Texans team for many years. He's had a great wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. He's had a receiver in Brandon Cooks to help him out. The offensive line has not been very good. The defense has been pretty good some years. Thing is, this team has been very inconsistent. And Watson was never protected in his career. He was never effectively protected from getting hit. The offensive line never really had a solid offensive line, so he would be going from one poor offensive line to another poor one. That's one thing to point out. But he will be going from a very unstable franchise to a bit more of a stable franchise. Good coach. General manager is decent. You know, this is a franchise that's willing to hold on for a coach and be patient with key guys and be stable. So Deshaun Watson is looking for something like that. Granted, quarterback has not been very easy to come by. That has been where they're unstable. And of course, Deshaun Watson would absolutely change that narrative. He would rewrite that narrative very quickly. So, let's talk about if the Dolphins get him before the trade deadline. So if they get him before the deadline, what are the Dolphins going to have 1 or 2 wins, be 1-7, and get another win? We don't know. So on Tuesday the deadline is, so they'd probably be 1-6, unless they beat the Bills, highly unlikely. But if they do, they'd be, they'd have 2 wins and such. So when he comes in, and if you give, if Tua is included in that trade and he goes to Houston, how much do you play him behind that poor offensive line? How long do you let him get hit and hit and hit over and over again? Because if you just invested 3 to 7 first-round picks and along there you have a few second, thirds, or so on and so on picks invested into him, are you going to let him get hit and hit and hit? And on top of that, you're paying him big money. So are you going to let your franchise guy that could, over the next 10-plus years, going to get hit and hit and hit, that can really take this Dolphins team to places they haven't been since Dan Marino has been the quarterback? We don't know. In the NFL, you play to win every single week. You don't run out on that field and say, oh, we're going to lose this game, we're going to get a high draft pick. No, you do not do that. These players are paid millions of dollars to run out there and play as hard as they can and get a win every single week for a team, or at least work their asses off trying to do so. So we're not going to go out there and just try to lose, but at the end of the day, do you want to put your guy out there for the next 10 plus years, risking him suffering another serious injury, which he has already suffered numerous injuries over in Houston? Torn ACL, ribs, ankles. He suffered a lot over in Houston already due to the lack of offensive line play. But he will have very good wide receivers to work with. He will have Jalen Waddle, Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, and then he does have Mike Gesicki at tight end. He will have Smythe. I think the running back group is solid. I like Gaskins. I like Ahmed, but I think they need that guy. That guy that can make that pop. That could be consistent for you every week. But you come back to the offensive line, and he's gonna get hit a lot. I don't know if you really want to play him if he's gonna get hit so much. It's a big thing. So, will the Dolphins be getting ready for next year if they trade for Watson now? I think if they trade for Watson now or in the offseason, I think they're going to be getting ready for next season regardless. 1-6 start in the loaded AFC, it's going to be tough to rebound from that. It's possible. It's been done. Or granted, if they win this weekend, it's been done. Crazier things have happened. Teams that made the playoffs are at 1-5. Teams have done it. It's possible. Is it likely? No. But it can happen. It can. So you go the rest of the season and you don't do very well and you get a high draft pick. There are a lot of really good offensive linemen in this draft next year. You better. Oh yeah, and they have Will Fuller, who used to play with the Texans. That's something I forgot there. But yeah, a lot of really good offensive linemen next year coming out. You got Tyler Linderbaum, who's been connected by many people to the Dolphins. I think that would be an amazing pick. There's Kenyon Green, who's coming out, I believe, as an offensive lineman. Evan Neal is a tackle. If the Dolphins are picking that high, Evan Neal will be one of the highest players on the board, and he will be one of the first players picked in the 2022 NFL Draft. So I say you go all in. But actually, no, I forgot. If they trade for Watson, they're not going to have that pick. So there are other guys you could build, Charles Cross maybe. There's a Kennard from Kentucky. There's Zion Nelson from Miami. There are a lot of other options in this draft coming up this year. There are a lot of offensive linemen. A lot of very good offensive linemen coming out. There's also a Jackson Kirkland, Trevor Penning, Sean Ryan. And then there's that guy from Ohio State. I don't remember his name. It's Nicholas Petit Ferre, something like that. Then you have Akeem Ekwonu. There's a lot of offensive linemen coming out that you could pick in the second round or later in that draft. There's a lot of depth in this year's draft and offensive linemen coming up. A lot of good offensive linemen. So, or do they trade for someone else? Maybe they use some big time players in trades for offensive linemen. Maybe you build from the offensive line up. Maybe you trade a Devontae Parker to a wide receiver needy team. Maybe you trade an Xavier Howard for some more picks. Maybe that's what they're including in the Texans trade. Maybe I don't really know if they'll trade Byron Jones. I don't think they should trade Byron Jones. I think Xavier Howard would be the player trade instead of him. You have, who else do you have to trade besides him? I'm not really sure, but you have a Gesicki. I don't think you really want to trade him. Maybe you could trade Gaskins for a mid to late round pick. I say you keep a med. There's a lot of different ways you could go here. A lot of different ways. But then if you wait to trade for him in the offseason, it's kind of going to be the same situation. You're probably going to have lower draft picks, but you don't know. I think this team needs, if they end up getting Deshaun Watson, I think they do need to trade some assets away to protect their guy, because they're not going to have the draft capital for a few years unless they end up trading, a Byron Jones. Or if they trade, maybe a Christian Wilkins, maybe they still get some out of him. Maybe he actually blooms. Maybe Agba, who's been a very good pass rusher for them. They do have a lot of young talent in this team that can come together. Will they? We don't know. Maybe some guys on the offensive line get it figured out. Maybe they do. I think this Dolphins team is a team that is just trying to find their footing, is trying to find their identity. Tua hasn't been terrible. He really hasn't. He never has had a chance to get some momentum. He's been hurt or whatever it is. He just hasn't had a chance to gain some momentum. Tua is very talented. He just hasn't put together in the field. He just hasn't. He hasn't really had much of a chance. He's been on and off hurt. He's had struggles with the, wide receivers getting hurt. Wide receivers not playing very good. I guess we will see where this team goes. There are a lot of question marks. And if they do end up trading for Watson, they set themselves back in another way that you don't really think of until it comes to that. You set yourself back in 3 or 4 years of first-round picks. Unless you trade an Xavier Howard, throw a really good player in that mix. Maybe you could keep a few picks. You don't know. But maybe that's why the Houston Texans have been asking for 7 or a lot of first-round picks, because they know that Miami Dolphins is needy for a quarterback. Maybe they'll bite. They have a lot of draft capital, a lot of first-round picks, a lot. So maybe that's why they're milking that. You don't know. We don't even know if Deshaun Watson is going to be able to play. Now, Roger Goodell has came out and said that there's not enough information, there's not enough concrete evidence to put Deshaun Watson on the exempt list. I don't think he's going to be put on the exempt list. Like I said, I'm not getting into the sides here. I'm not trying to make a debate on what's right and wrong. We all know, as men and women, what is right and wrong. I'm not going to get into that. We all know, not even going to go further. But let me know what you guys think. Should the Dolphins keep Tua and continue to build around him? Honestly, it might be a good idea to do so, because Tua has really not been that bad. Really has not. If you give him an offensive line and maybe better running back play and more consistent wide receiver play, it's a lot to give him. Maybe I'll show you something. Put some faith into him. This Dolphins team, ever since getting him, all they had talked about was trading for Deshaun Watson. That's all that has been talked about. When you're not going to believe in your 5th overall pick, he's not going to want to play to his best of ability. It's, that should put a fire under him. But if you're not going to give him a chance, don't expect much from him. Give him a shot. Give him a shot. Tua has not played that bad, as many think. It's just a team around him that has not helped him at all. We see during the scripted plays, Tua makes amazing plays. He's very good. It's just a rough situation he's in. It's a rough situation. So, let me know what you guys think about this situation. What do you think the Miami Dolphins should do in this situation? What would you do? It's rough. They're in a predicament. They're in a rough situation. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you, give me your honest thoughts in the comment section. Be 100% honest. Give your opinion. Don't be scared to give your opinion. Be real with yourself. Don't lie. Give your opinion. If you think the Dolphins should trade for Tua or should trade for Deshaun Watson, say it. Let me know why. If you think they should stay with Tua, let me know why. Give me your thought process. Don't be scared to say your opinion. Don't be scared. I'm not going to make fun of you. I love hearing other people's opinions. I absolutely love it. If you disagree with me, let me know. Don't be scared to let me know that you disagree with me. Absolutely love when people disagree, because sometimes I don't see a certain side of a debate or situation that one of you guys may see, and you guys say something, and I go, oh, that's right. It's a good idea. It's a good thought process. I didn't think of that. We all think differently, and that's the beauty of football. There are endless opinions, endless opportunities, endless, things that can happen, endless situations. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure if you enjoyed this video to like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on, and, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace out.